Imagine the world ending, not with a bang, but with a comet swarm tearing cities apart. The film Greenland drops a family into a desperate fight for survival. Stick around for 24 behind-the-scenes facts that reveal the chaos behind this disaster. Full U.S. Air Force and DoD collaboration. The Air Force and Department of Defense provided unprecedented access, including real C-130 Hercules aircraft footage, pilots, and technical advisors, one of Hollywood's most extensive military partnerships for an end-of-world thriller. This cooperation elevated the evacuation sequence's authenticity. Shot entirely in Georgia, Greenland was filmed completely in the suburbs of Atlanta and rural Georgia locations, doubling as chaotic U.S. cities during the comet apocalypse. Principal photography wrapped on August 16, 2019, using practical sets for 90% of destruction scenes to avoid heavy CGI reliance. Visual effects were completed during COVID lockdown. Director Rick Roman Waugh finished the film's visual effects remotely in lockdown amid the 2020 pandemic, blending practical effects with minimal digital work for heightened realism. The film was named after sci-fi legend Arthur C. Clarke. The planet-killing comet Clarke honors author Arthur C. Clarke, whose 1993 novel The Hammer of God depicted a similar Earth-threatening asteroid impact, predating films like Armageddon. The end credits feature Iceland footage mislabeled as Greenland for atmospheric effect. Gerard Butler's real-life beard shave caught cast off guard. Butler's character, John Garrity, shaves his beard mid-film to symbolize family desperation amid the chaos. But the on-screen moment used Butler's real-life transformation, surprising co-star Morena Baccarin during filming. This choice added authenticity, as she later shared in interviews how Butler's sudden clean-shaven look shocked her on set. All practical destruction was scaled up. The film's comet fragment impacts used massive practical sets with over 100 gallons of fake blood and debris, filmed in Georgia quarries. No full CGI comets were created. Instead, scaled models and pyrotechnics simulated the fiery strikes for 90% of sequences. Director Rick Roman emphasized this to make destruction feel visceral and immediate. Georgia power plant doubled as destroyed D.C. A decommissioned Georgia nuclear power plant exterior stood in for the obliterated U.S. Capitol in Washington, D.C., with added pyrotechnics and rubble to depict post-impact devastation. Local crews enhanced the site's eerie realism without digital alteration. Young actors' intense survival training. 12-year-old Roger Floyd, playing Nathan Garrity, underwent weeks of survival training including rappelling and debris navigation to perform unassisted in high-stress scenes. His commitment impressed Butler, who praised the kid's grit in behind-the-scenes footage. QR code wristband actually scans to character info. The Department of Homeland Security wristbands feature functional QR codes. Scanning John Garrity's reveals Garrity John A. With survival priority data, an interactive detail fans discovered post-release tying into the film's automated selection theme. Postponed 4 times due to COVID chaos. Originally set for a summer 2020 release, Greenland faced 4 delays totaling over a year from pandemic shutdowns, mirroring its own apocalypse timing, finally premiering on Peacock and Video on Demand in December 2020 before appearing in theaters. If any of these facts surprised you, go ahead and click subscribe. We've got lots more behind-the-scenes stories coming your way, like how lead actors Gerard Butler and Morena Baccarin didn't know how the movie would end until the final shot were filmed, inspired by a real 2013 asteroid close call. The comet Clarke draws from the 2013 Chelyabinsk meteor event, where a 20-meter asteroid exploded over Russia, injuring 1,500 people. Writers consulted meteor impact data for realistic fragmentation and airburst effects shown in the film. Nathan's insulin pump added real tension to the scenes. Young Nathan Garrity's insulin pump dependency was added to the script during production, heightening family vulnerability during the crisis. This element symbolized life's fragility for those with chronic conditions in catastrophic scenarios, drawing from real-world pandemic shortages and giving the plot urgent personal stakes. Filmed on active Robins Air Force Base. Production shot evacuation scenes directly on Robins Air Force Base in Georgia, using 90% active duty personnel as extras, from pilots, security forces, and guard dogs, for unmatched authenticity. Director Rick Roman Waugh highlighted their Hurricane Katrina experience, showcasing the Air Force's humanitarian role in domestic disasters. Gerard Butler didn't know if the family would reunite. Actors Gerard Butler and Morena Baccarin filmed without knowing if their characters would reunite, injecting raw uncertainty and genuine emotion into separation scenes. This directorial choice mirrored the family's real desperation, amplifying on-screen tension as they navigated chaos. No studio work with all practical locations. The film avoided studios entirely, shooting on real freeways, housing estates, and air bases to capture truthful panic and scale. Thousands of extras stormed actual C-130 runways, blending intimate family drama with epic scope through location-based immersion. Chicago stands in for Atlanta's destruction. Atlanta exteriors doubled for Chicago's fiery airburst, with practical pyrotechnics on Georgia Street simulating global panic. No major CGI for cityscapes was used until the finale. This grounded approach made distant disasters feel immediate through local chaos. Roman's stuntman roots shaped action realism. Director Rick Roman Waugh, a former stuntman, prioritized mechanics over spectacles, consulting NASA on comet science for procedural accuracy. His veteran-focused lens from prior films like Angel Has Fallen infused authentic survival grit. Last-minute casting switch. Gerard Butler stepped in as lead John Garrity after Chris Evans departed the project amid director changes, with Rick Roman Waugh replacing Neil Blomkamp to deliver a more grounded family thriller. This pivot preserved the film's tense, character-driven tone. Iceland as Greenland. End credit footage purporting to show Greenland's bunkers was actually filmed in Iceland, including the iconic Skogafoss waterfall. Butler's intense preparation. Gerard Butler trained rigorously for weeks, losing weight and practicing survival drills to embody structural engineer John Garrity's grit. David Buckley's tense score continuity. Composer David Buckley, fresh off scoring Rick Roman Waugh's Angel Has Fallen, 2019 in the Has Fallen series, returned for Greenland to craft a pulsating orchestral soundtrack blending electronic pulses with dramatic strings. His work heightens the film's escalating dread, particularly during the comet fragment impacts and family separations. Georgia tax incentives drive location choice. Georgia's generous 30% film tax credit lured the entire production to Atlanta, where crews transformed everyday locations like a Marietta cul-de-sac into the Garrity family home and used I-85 highway overpasses for chaotic evacuation traffic jams. This choice saved millions while providing authentic American suburban apocalypse visuals that resonated globally. Sequel greenlit during video-on-demand peak. While Greenland dominated US VOD charts in December 2020, STX fast-tracked Greenland migration development, retaining Waugh and Butler. The sequel's winter 2026 release leverages the original's family survival formula, with expanded bunker politics teased in concept art shared at virtual fan events.